It's the final tank down. Alright, I'll stop that. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and it is indeed the final tank down. So it is the final countdown to the final tank down. The triple tank meta, if the PTR changes go live, is absolutely dead. Now, you may remember this character. She is a Korean pro gamer, and she's in every single game right now. And why is that? Well, let's just talk about why that is. The reason she is currently in the game is because she's got this thing called a defense matrix, which blocks a load of damage. She's also got a ton of armor. She's got 200 health and 400 armor. Now that is, well, that's pretty nice, right? Because armor reduces incoming damage. So armor is basically better than health. So she's got a load of, her actual effective health pool is massive. It means she can take a shed load of damage. And we've all been there, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? When D.Va dives into your team, she starts attacking somebody, she starts doing something annoying, everybody starts firing at D.Va, and then D.Va gets away. But she gets away with about, I don't know, 20% health left. She gets healed up. The Ana on the other team gets a shed load of charge, and then she can probably nano boost fairly soon after that. D.Va comes back in, she takes damage, she goes back out. And that's generally what happens. It's very kind of annoying. But this is a deeper issue with D.Va. Why does everybody really dislike playing against D.Va? Well, D.Va's kind of like May, right? They've got abilities that stop you doing what you want to do. And maybe McCree to some degree, right? Reinhardt, I guess, if he pins you to a wall. But that's a beautiful ride to be on, so that's fine. But what I'm talking about is heroes that stop what you're doing. So D.Va's defense matrix stops your projectiles hitting her, so that is, or hitting anybody around the defense matrix, so that can be very annoying to play against. Like, you're firing at it, but you're not really doing anything because defense matrix, you know, it's kind of annoying. May is obviously the same sort of thing. She freezes you, her ultimate freezes you in place, and blah 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 blah. So D.Va is I've got to be honest, a bit of an annoying hero. I do like to play D.Va because she is pretty fun to play, but in the game as a whole, she's a bit annoying, and she's in every single game because her survivability is so massively high. Now, if you remember, she got buffed a while back, and what they did was they increased her movement speed when she was firing, and obviously gave her more armor. So this turned her into a bit of an absolute beast. You see, she's in this bit of a situation where she's not a frontline tank, and she's not really DPS. She's actually all of them together because she can go into the enemy and actually harass their backline. She's got high movability. She can supplement your front line, so if you've got a Reinhardt, she can use the defense matrix through his barrier, keep it going, and basically she's in every single game. There comes a point in Overwatch where if heroes are getting picked in every single game, there's probably something that needs to be done. Now, Reinhardt does suffer from this himself, although I think Reinhardt's issue is not really with Reinhardt, it's just with one of his abilities and the way it works in the game, and that is obviously the barrier field and the way it kind of blocks chokes. I think we need, like, maybe other heroes with similar abilities, not necessarily look at nerfing Reinhardt, I don't think, because it's not like, I don't think it's anti-fun, if you get where I'm going. I mean, maybe it is, I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments below. But we are definitely at the end of the tank meta if these changes go through. So D.Va, right now, on the PTR, her health, which I covered in a previous video, like I said, it's been swapped around, right? So her health now is 400, and her armor is 200. What that means is that she can resist less damage before you start chunking through her health pool. Now, I play a lot of Soldier 76. I've been playing on my ult account, which is dead. It's like 50 points off Grandmaster. That account, I'm playing a lot of Soldier, and D.Va's in every game, and I'm shooting the crap out of D.Va, and it is a bit annoying. It's like, alright, D.Va gets away again with like a bit of health, whatever. That's fine. On the PTR, though, D.Va just gets obliterated, and I'm starting to think it might actually be a bit too harsh on D.Va, because one Soldier can just annihilate D.Va. And the thing with Soldier is, he's going nowhere. Like, he will stay in the meta because he's actually stronger now because he can kill D.Va quicker. So I don't know why you wouldn't take a Soldier. Like, so again, maybe that's another issue right now with the game. But D.Va can be absolutely annihilated, just not from like damage sources from Soldier, from anybody. Anybody who fires a high number of projectiles or shots, I guess is the best way to explain this, into D.Va will do more damage to her now because she's got less armor. So Reaper can wreck her. Roadhog absolutely annihilates D.Va. If anything, for a 1v1 counter, Roadhog is now the best counter to D.Va. For a long time, people would be like, oh, it's May, or oh, it's Zarya. It's not. It's Roadhog right now. If Roadhog hooks D.Va because she can't defense matrix that, and fires in her face. She's had it. Like, she takes so much damage, another fire, and she's straight out of the mech. And then you can just, well, baby D.Va. Who cares about baby D.Va? So there is a massive counter there to D.Va. So I think we're going to see D.Va completely drop away. The other thing as well is the nerf to Ana. Now, this actually isn't that severe. They've only reduced the heal percentage on the grenade. Now, it was 100% plus heal. So, to do some basic maths, like if you heal for 100 normally, and then you get Ana's grenade thrown onto you, and then you will heal for 200. Now, you will only heal for 150 because it's only a 50% increase in healing. So, it's not 100%. Now, what this does is it means Ana can't necessarily burst heal up a tank as fast. She still can. Like, I think what was happening was there was a lot of overhealing going on with Ana. So when you throw the grenade in right now on live and you get the 100% plus buff, and then you start healing your tanks, yeah, they rapidly heal, like, really quick. But a lot of that is sort of going beyond the health bar, if you get what I'm saying. After the first 2 shots, like, they're basically at full health. You know, you don't need to keep firing, but maybe you do and other people are still healing, and it's like kind of a waste. Now, it's a little bit slower, so the burst is a little bit slower, but it's still extremely high burst once that grenade is on your team. So it still means Ana will be in every single game because Ana is such a fantastic hero. She can sleep people, she can increase healing on the team, she's got an amazing ultimate, she's got a massive toolkit which is fantastic, and she can do damage to the enemy as well, which is quite the bonus to have on a support player, because instead of just being Lucio, who, you know, let's be honest, Lucio can't really damage the enemy. Yeah, he can boot people off the edge and do all of that stuff, but Lucio compared to Ana is not even a competition. Like, Ana is the best healer in this game, and even with the 50% reduction, she will still be the best hero in this game. Like, I don't like to say this, but there are... or I've never really subscribed to this thought train of there are carries in Overwatch, right? Like, because people will say to me, Sty, who can I play that will get me out of this, you know, get me out of platinum or whatever? And I'm like, well, I don't know how good you are playing the game, so I can't really answer that. But if you were as good with every single hero, right, Ana is the hero that you could easily carry yourself out of anywhere with. And then maybe some of the DPS heroes, maybe Soldier if you're good with accuracy and stuff. But Ana, I would say, and maybe Zarya as well to some degree, but Ana, she is the one that can just win team fights on her own. With clever Ana play, it doesn't matter what your team are doing, you can win. Like, you can absolutely win. So I don't think she's going anywhere. But what's going to happen is this: we're not going to see D.Va in the tank meta anymore. So we'll still see Roadhog. We'll always see Reinhardt. Like, Reinhardt, you know what? Let's talk about Reinhardt, because Rein is like, he's my most played competitive character on my main account, and he is, I don't think he's OP. I don't think anybody would say Reinhardt is OP. It's just what he does to the game and the way the game is designed. If you look at Overwatch, there are choke points everywhere. And what do you need to get through a choke point? You need protection, right? So the enemy team are waiting for you to come through a choke point, and they're going to fire everything into this choke point to try and kill you. So you need a barrier, right? And what has Reinhardt got? He's got this barrier. So he's the one you always take to come through the barrier, to go through the choke. So think about Hanamura, first point. You've got to get through that first point. Well, Reinhardt's barrier conveniently blocks the entire choke. So you can walk right through. You know, maybe they've got a May and they wall you off or whatever. But if they don't, if you don't have a Reinhardt, basically what I'm saying is, if you don't have a Reinhardt, you're going to have a problem. And Reinhardt is quickly becoming this character of, once you pick Reinhardt, you have to play him for the whole game. Like, you cannot swap him, and every team kind of needs him. And that's not right. Something needs to change. But it's not because Reinhardt's OP, at least I don't think it is. But like I said, I might be biased because I played him the most and all of this stuff, and I do enjoy playing him. But I've never felt like he's OP as hell and he's like just winning games on his own, because if anything, Reinhardt can't really win a game on his own. He can kind of beat the other enemy Reinhardt with mind games and do bits and pieces, but he's never really going to carry the game. You know, he's not the guy who's going to win the game. He's the guy who's going to allow other people on your team to win the game, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't think he's OP. Maybe you guys do. If you do, let me know in the comments below why you would think that. On the other hand, D.Va, yeah, I do think she's a bit over the top. And D.Va's been nerfed now to the point of you probably won't see D.Va again if the changes stay as they are on PTR when they hit live. So what I think we're going to look at is we'll still see Reinhardt. And the only way I think we're going to get rid of this is if the maps drastically change, or somebody else gets an ability like Reinhardt's barrier, which can be used instead. You know, so maybe not just a straight up clone of the barrier, because I don't think Blizzard would do that, but something else which allows you to play through chokes a little bit easier, all right? Instead of this just Reinhardt's barrier. We'll still see Roadhog, because Roadhog has been buffed, because like I said, Roadhog can now annihilate D.Va. So if there ever is a D.Va on the enemy team, your Roadhog will absolutely kill her. And I mean, he will annihilate her completely. Yeah, you can maybe take a Reaper now for that, but I don't think Reaper's generally in that much of a good position right now anyway, because Roadhog will just do a better job. And Roadhog's got the ability to just assassinate people, which Reaper generally doesn't have. So we'll still see Roadhog, we'll still see Reinhardt. we'll still see Zarya. So I think we'll probably go into, like, we could actually just go back into a triple tank, which we are in at the moment. But I think everybody's issue with the triple tank right now is it can become a quad tank if you add D.Va, or you can swap D.Va for Zarya. And a lot of the time, you will see D.Va instead of Zarya, or D.Va instead of Roadhog. D.Va was part of this triple tank. The triple tank was Reinhardt, D.Va, and then Roadhog. But D.Va could be swapped out for Zarya. D.Va's the critical one, right? Because she absorbs so much damage. Like, out of all of the tanks, yeah, sure, Reinhardt's going to absorb the most with his barrier, but D.Va can absorb a ton of damage. And it was, a lot of people would throw the phrase around anti-fun. And was it anti-fun? It is anti-fun to have your projectiles deleted, sure. But when I played D.Va, I enjoy playing D.Va. You know, I don't think she's bad. I think she's quite good to play. And it makes me feel for the guys that do play a lot of D.Va, because this is going to make D.Va... I think she's probably going to go back to where she came from, where she was never used. In Season 2, D.Va was never used, and I don't think she was used in Season 1, to be fair. You had the odd person who played D.Va every time she came out. Yeah, maybe it was a bit of a curveball, but now, she's just, I think with these PTR changes, she's going to go straight back to not being played. And is this a good thing? This is the whole point of this video. Is this a good thing? Well, the tank meta right now in Overwatch is a little bit boring if you are a DPS player. If you're a support player, if look at me, right? I'm not a DPS player. Hilariously, I seem to be pretty good at DPS. It's been years since I've really just focused on playing DPS characters. Like, I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike, and I was pretty good at that. So I think a lot of that Counter-Strike skill is just coming back. But as I said, I'm nearly at Grandmaster with my Smurf account, which I just basically play DPS on. I play McCree and Soldier and stuff like that. But on my main account, I play Ana and I play Reinhardt. So for me, there was always a slot for me to play, or I'd play Lucio, right? Or Zarya. So what that meant is all of those heroes are in the game. So for me, every time I went into a game, it was fun. And I think it's actually okay to play inside the tank meta sometimes if you're playing certain heroes. If you are the guy who's put onto the soldier, or you're the guy who's put onto the DPS slot in the build, it can be a little bit annoying, because if D.Va gets into your face, you can't really do much about that, and she might take you out. When you're trying to burn through the enemy and D.Va's defense matrixing, and there's a Reinhardt barrier, and there's a massive Roadhog healing himself, and there's an Ana just repeatedly healing them back up to full health, it does become a bit frustrating. So I think it depends on your point of view. Like, for me, it's not been terrible this I want to say, it's not this season, is it, because the season's still got quite a long time to go, but it's not been terrible, this version of the game right now. But we don't want tanks being the prevalent class. If anything, we want more DPS in there. We don't want just loads of tanks, because the problem they've got right now, and this is what they're trying to address, is the tanks generally are the best counter to each other. And hell, I guess the ultimate example of this is Ana. How do you counter an Ana? Ana is the biggest problem in the game, and I think Blizzard are going to have to nerf her down quite a bit, because she, yeah, the 50% reduction on the bio grenade for its overall healing increase is a start. But you think about Ana, how do you stop a nano boosted target? You put them to sleep. Who puts them to sleep? That's Ana. So who counters Ana? That's Ana. When you get into that kind of thinking and the game starts getting balanced around that, I mean, it's not being balanced around that, but when we sort of get that thing going on with the game, that's when players become mandatory picks. That's when Ana must be on every team, because if they've got an Ana, we need an Ana to counter the Ana. If they've got a Reinhardt, we need a Reinhardt for the choke. So you've got Ana and Reinhardt, who in my mind are the two sort of mandatory picks right now. Then you can have a Lucio or a Zen. Lucio isn't as mandatory as he was before. D.Va is probably a mandatory pick right now, but as I said, when these changes go through, probably not. Alright guys, I'm in Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, and this has been some detailed commentary on the end of the tank meta as we know it if these PTR changes go through, which I'm fairly sure they probably will. Alright guys, I'm Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. If you like the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. If you're a D.Va player, let me know how you think about this. If you're an Ana player, let me know how you think about this. If you're a Reinhardt player, let me know how you think about this, or if you're just an Overwatch player, which I'm sure you are if you've watched the video until this point. I'll catch you next time, guys. Toodaloo.